is Madden 20.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We've got clear skies and brisk temperatures. You know what that is? That's perfect fall football weather here at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Like 20!
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
First carry for James Conner. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Raekwon McMillan coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. It's caught by Funchess.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Raekwon McMillan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Looking to throw. Harrington.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up, set.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
On 1st and 10, Harrington. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Catch made here by Campbell. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. Back to throw. Harrington.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. Funches has it complete. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
It's taken to the 26. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They'll be looking to do that. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway, essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down. Because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the...
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Bradley Chubb in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. Bradley Chubb, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Colts to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they... And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space. This will be caught by Brown. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Heavy on the edges.
Throwing on 1st down. Harrington, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd down, Harrington. Campbell making the catch. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now. And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Check. Defense, keep the ball. Check 26. Check 26.
To throw again, Harrington. This is the tight end, Fant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end, Fant. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Point after, up and good.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw, and the grab by Croft. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. First down run for Connor, not going to get much. Maybe a yard. 2nd down. Clayton Gathers makes the stop.
55, Mike, 55.
On the draw, Connor. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. And this is caught off a deflection. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play.
Now that's the defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. The 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here we go.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, 84 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Garoppolo now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. On 1st and 10 is Connor. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Garoppolo going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to...
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The second down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Garoppolo now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Harrington. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before break. Harrington got an open man. That's Campbell. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This is taken at the 3.
We got this.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 87 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record. 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On second down now, it's Connor, and he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Here we go.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Ingram again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, that O-line their own way right now, and it's created. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Here we go. 54.
On 1st down, Harrington. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. 30, the 20, 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 94 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook.
And now look at him go. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Here we go.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both.
There he goes left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Let's bring it.
Now a draw play. This is Connor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Watch QB drop.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat.
Now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Colts pick it up past the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Here we go.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he's going to go down again. Darius Leonard getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Darius Leonard, who else? He's in there for his fourth sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust an account?
Out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean, but in that case that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a
He's got daylight. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Deon Cain, 79 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Darius Leonard, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Darius Leonard in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long? Now the pressure gets to him again. Raekwon McMillan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target, but it's going to be second down. Throwing again on second and 10. Harrington. That one into the hands of Cain. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On first and 10, Harrington. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety.
Now Garoppolo lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. After the sack on first down, Garoppolo, and the Colts pick it up, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you do I ever?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brent.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't you? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a...
9 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
That one looks like he'll throw here. 20, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally.
It was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but sometimes people forget these tight ends, they can do more than just catch the football.
That is so true, because now when things start to happen and you're not getting the ball as much, maybe you change your focus on the game. Maybe you become a very good decoy. Maybe you block a little bit more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Raekwon McMillan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Here we go.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Garoppolo. Funches has it complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. He got 29 yards that time.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
From the gun, Harrington. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
But I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it? Guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get that? Under pressure, they got him again. Raekwon McMillan in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Here we go.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. So this one winds up at